committed to the cause. Alphino is ready to begin making preparations for war. If we are to aid the Ishgardians in this war of theirs, preparations will have to be made, and soon. Before proceeding, however, we must needs return to the Rising Stones and make our report to the antecedent. All right. So what is going to go down at the Rising Stones? And what more will we have to do before the steps of faith open up? Considering recent history, will there be any amongst the Alliance willing to aid the Holy See? Ishgard has few friends at the bargaining table. If you're looking for the Scions, they've already left for the Alliance nations. I do hope Ishgard will be saved. Oh. Well, yeah, I guess since Flamen is back, Hori and... Probably not Coltene or whatever, it's something else, but that's what I call them. Though I have never seen one myself, it is said that dragons lair just beyond the borders of my homeland. That would be interesting. We don't ever run across dragons in Othard, do we? Or Othard, however they pronounce it. Should events take a turn for the worse, we are fortunate that this settlement is such a popular crossroads for so many veteran adventurers. The town has been calm through all this talk of war, but if those dragons come to Revenant's Toll, there will be panic aplenty, I'd wager. Yeah, I think that goes without saying. So the rest of the Scions are meeting with the Eorzean Alliance. I wonder if that's where Minfilia is going to send us.
Alphino, it is good to see you. Tell me, what have you learned?
Pray summon the others. Everyone must hear my report.
Okay, so they're going to pull back everybody.
So this was all but a taste of what's to come.
Indeed. The main host advances upon Ishgard as we speak.
Whose vaunted defenses have been nullified.
Shorn of its wards, the city will bear the full force of Nidhogg's fury.
All those people.
Alphino is right. The Dravanians cannot be allowed to prevail. If Ishgard falls, all of Eorzea will suffer the consequences.
Then you agree that we have no choice but to intervene. For the good of the realm, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn and the Crystal Braves must join the defense of Ishgard.
Let there be no ambiguity about what has been proposed. We would be directly intervening in the war. But if all here believe the cause to be just, then to war we shall go. The path we now embark upon is perilous, but I pray you will walk with us to the end. For those we have lost, for those we can yet save.
Then it is settled. I shall inform the Council of our intentions and request that they contribute their own forces to the defense of Ishgard.
I don't know if I realized that, you know, this was all hinting at them being suspect. Like, I don't know if I realized that before. Or, you know, made note of it at all, really. I wanted to... There was a line... Yeah, for those we have lost, for those we can yet save. If I'm correct, like... That pops up, I think, quite a bit later on. That line. At least it's, you know, sounds very familiar to me. Volunteer Dragon Slayers. Minfilia would have you assist with the preparations being made for the defense of Ishgard. I've bid the Archons travel to their assigned nations. Should the members of the Alliance agree to pledge Grand Company soldiers to Ishgard's cause, our comrades will be on hand to act as intermediaries for the duration of the conflict. The small matter of persuading the Alliance leaders to grant such support, I leave to Alphino. Again, like, the amount of responsibility given to a child really kind of blows my mind. Like, now that I think about it. For you, my friend, a different task awaits. I would have you reach out to your fellow adventurers and gather what allies you may for the coming siege. I would also have you consider the matter of our own security. Revenant's Toll is but a short flight from the snowfields of Kurthis. It is not unimaginable that the fighting may spill across the border. Pray brief Slaffborn on the brewing conflict and discuss potential contingencies. The frontier settlers must be prepared for aught that might wing its way over our walls. I only hope that such precautions prove unnecessary. Before you leave, might I suggest that you have Tataru accompany you? She has a talent for administration and a firm grasp of the practical challenges we may encounter. Yeah, I don't mind partying up with Tataru for a bit. She's like one of the only good Lalas anywhere in the game. I mean, it really is. It's like her and Kryl. Oh, and Pippin. Can't forget Pippin. Ooh, everybody has moved around. Or at least Flamen has. So Minfilia has committed the Scions to Ishgard's cause, has she? Though she makes her pronouncements with unshakable confidence, I can only imagine how agonizing it was for her to arrive at this decision. So many lives at stake. The threat of war sows panic and confusion, and routine tasks can offer a calming stability. Being sure the larder is properly stocked, for instance. So I just... What Flamen had said about kind of... Minfilia's, like, I don't know, I think of, like, responsibility or whatever of, like, you know, essentially the idea of sending people to war, you know. So I was just thinking of that, and I try to avoid getting into politics or anything like that. You know, just because it rarely leads anywhere good, but all I'm gonna say is War Pigs. If you know, you know. I mean, you should know. It's an amazing song, but that's what I think of about sending people to war. All right. We are rather close to Kurthus, aren't we? We'd best see to our own defenses and take stock of our supplies. Oh, and we'll also need to have beds and bandages laid out just in case. A good receptionist is ready for any eventuality. Let's go, Lavenza. I have 101 things to discuss with Slaffborn. Not that being a receptionist is a bad thing, or that there's disrespect inherently with that, but to call Tataru a receptionist seems kind of disrespectful. Certainly later on, but I would say even at this point, like, I think she does more than, like, I think like an average receptionist would do. Though I've never been one, so I couldn't say. But I mean, because I would say at this point she's at least like a receptionist, an accountant. I don't know, maybe more things I'm just not thinking of now. Like, I'm trying to delineate or whatever between what she does now and what she does later, because she basically takes over leadership of the Scions as far as I'm concerned later on. Like, as far, like, because the Scions, I think, almost come across more, like, with less of a leader after Minfilia. And it's just kind of like a group that gets together, you know, and just, okay, so do we want to do this? Okay, yeah, we'll do this. But, like, Tataru, like, is the backbone, you know? Like, without everything she does, like, I don't know that, you know, the Scions would be anywhere near as organized. And so I'd like you to spread the word to the settlers and adventurers in town. I appreciate the warning. If war is coming to Kurthus, then the toll must be made ready. I'll increase the number of patrols and lookouts immediately. I'll also see about finding room for an infirmary, as well as temporary housing for victims of the conflict. Ishgard has done well by us in the past, and I would return the favor. But as for rounding up volunteers for the fighting itself, I'm afraid I must disappoint you. I will not send my fellow guild members to die on Ishgardian soil, and I am certain headquarters will say the same. There will be no official Adventurers Guild presence at this siege. That said, each adventurer is, of course, free to do as he or she will. I shall have a word with some of my more capable colleagues on your behalf, and you might try your luck here in Revenant's Toll. I dare say there are a few stout souls about town who will answer your call to arms. Let's get started, shall we? We have a town to rouse. Yeah, it's already kind of been said by both myself and, you know, the NPCs themselves on how hard of a sell all this is. Accomplished adventurer. Ooh, and a cutscene while talking to them? Spare me your talk of glory and fame. I'm not in the habit of volunteering for lost causes. I've survived this long by trusting my instincts, and my instincts tell me to stay well away from Ishgard. Oh. Oh, okay. I was going to say, that's it. Ishgard sounds like she's in a right mess. But that ain't what I wanted to talk to you about. I need you to cast your mind back to that scuffle with the Empire out by the processing plant. A lad from Little Alamigo by the name of Wilred was there with the Fourth that day. And I want to know if you've seen him since. Have you? Yeah, no. Gods damn it. I feared as much. No one's bloody seen him. It's like the ground up and swallowed him whole. But that ain't all. Around the time Wilred stopped turning up for duty, then black market weapons went missing from our vault in Ulda. So now, of course, half the braves suspect the lad of making off with the goods. Folk like to believe our company is a disciplined fighting force, but as you and me both know, it's no more than a motley collection of mercenaries, adventurers, and grain company veterans. The only thing that binds us together is some vague oath about fighting for the freedom of all, that and a steady pay. Now, compared to most others in this crew, Wilred's a fresh-faced novice, a bleeding whelp amongst wolves. But the boy's got passion. When he talked about being a guardian of Eorzea, he bloody well meant it. A lad like him wouldn't rob us blind and bugger off like that. He ain't the type. Yeah, I'm expecting that, you know, Ilberd, Yu Hase, whoever, probably, like, maybe Wilred, you know, got a hint of what was going on, and they found out and probably killed him and then pinned any of their own misdeeds on him. And then, and this is just between you and me, mind, there's the fact that the lad wanted to tell me about something queer he had noticed in the ledgers. Something about the Braves' numbers not adding up. Yep, there it is. Aye, there's a villain at the end of this trail I've stumbled upon, and I'll bet me good eye it ain't young Wilred. Any road, you've got a war to wage, so I'll let you get on. I just thought someone should know. I'll be seeing you, Lavenza. That's one kind of cool thing about our characters, you know, about the Warrior of Light is, I mean, I think I had said something about this before about, how there's never anybody that really distrusts you that's kind of like a nemesis, but like in a, not in like a villain, like bad guy way, but just a counterpart that's always kind of like, I don't like you. But in this case, I think it's kind of cool how, you know, everybody trusts you, and like they know they don't need to be suspicious with you. They know, like, or suspicious of you, like that they can confide in you, you know, because in this case, obviously, like, Real doesn't know, like, he knows something is up with the Braves, and thusly you almost can't trust anybody in the Braves, but he knows he can trust the Warrior of Light. Granted, I don't think the Warrior of Light is actually a part of the Braves, but I just think it's kind of cool. It just makes me feel good inside to know that I'm trusted. So Ishgard seeks sellswords to bolster its ranks, huh? Though I'm not sure I like the sound of this siege, those nobles will surely be generous with their rewards. I don't know about that. How snooty and uptight they all are. But I have pledged myself to guard Revenant's toll. Modest work though it is, I am loath to break the terms of my contract. What to do, what to do. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know that I... Oh, looking for Ruby? I wonder who that is. It is cool that they've got stuff like that. There's a little bit of a, like, living worldness to some areas where you see, you know, people have their own stories going on. Yeah, obviously. Oh, this one's up top. Oh yeah, but I don't know that, like, for me personally, if I would even get involved with this. You know, it's I mean, you've got a whole nation that's been kind of like screw you to everybody. It's like, I mean, like, would I really be the better man? Or, you know, would I just say, well, I mean, screw you too then? I mean, I'll just say I was in the Air Force for 6 years and deployed. And you can probably infer from that maybe some of my opinions on this type of thing. Volunteer my services in the defense of Ishgard? I think not. Dragons claim the lives of every one of my brothers, and I do not mean to offer them mine. Dragons claim the lives of every one of my brothers. I do not mean to offer them mine. Okay, so he's just saying... Yeah, I was coming at it kind of thinking about his opinion of Ishgard, but that had nothing to do with it. He's just saying he's lost all of his brothers to dragons and, you know, he's not going to join them. 'Twas to escape such a fate that I took up the mantle of adventure in the first place. I would sooner die in the pursuit of fortune than huddled behind an icy wall. You didn't see that. You should not be here. Sell me blade to the Ishgardians? Well, them dragons are a fearsome lot, but I'd slay me fair share if the coin was good. I've worked for one of them knights before, you know. Watch me like a bloody hockey did. Still, I'd put up with worse. Okay. Still, I'd put up with worse than that for a heavy purse. I think sometimes with reading, like, you know, my brain is a step ahead of what I'm reading. And so it starts to formulate, you know, like the end of the sentence or whatever. And then when I hit a word that, you know, it's like I've already got a word loaded up. And when I hit a word that isn't, you know, the same word, I get, you know, I hit a hurdle. There you are, Lavenza. So, did you sway any hearts? 1 or 2, huh? Well, added to mine, that makes 3 or 4. Not including Slaffborn's friends. We won't have the largest company in the army, but I'd say one Revenant's Toll veteran is worth a dozen clanking knights at least. Thank you for watching. We're almost done with The Realm Reborn. Next, we're going to be working on the Crystal Tower series, which is now required for the MSQ. So I've actually waited until the quest that requires Crystal Tower, and I'm going to do the tower quests and then go back to the MSQ and finish off A Realm Reborn. So if you're looking forward to seeing more, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to see me do this content live, the link to my Twitch is down below. Thank you again for watching, and have a great one.